Hey, love bugs. Welcome to Lord Put a Ring on It, the relationship room. Thank you for tuning in today. You guys could be anywhere else, but you stopped in today. Listen, we're going to jump right in. Y'all don't need no bunch of introductions and all that stuff. I hate when you come to YouTube and it's a whole bunch of introduction. I have a story and I want to talk about it, and I want to talk about it from a whole different perspective. So you guys have been hearing about, it's a lot going on with the group Escape. You know, this channel is a little bit different because we look at things a little bit differently. It's not for the gossip value, but it's more of what can we learn from these situations for our own relationships. All right. So by now you guys heard about what's going on with Latosha Scott and Escape and her husband and this alleged side chick named, I'm going to call her Neek. She has her name is very funny to pronounce, but we're going to call her Neek. Neek Fushua, and I'm probably pronouncing her name wrong. But anyway, she's the woman who's alleging to have an affair with Latosha Scott's husband, Rocky. And again, if you guys are not familiar with the story, I'm going to actually be posting up the clip that I borrowed from Gossip in the City, so you guys can go check them out as well. But I'm just going to play a little bit of a clip from them because of course I don't want to get my channel struck already, but we can use things for research and our opinion. So that's what we're doing today. So anyway, we're going to show the clip, and I want you guys to take a peek at this clip. In the clip, the young lady is going on a wild rant. Now, it's been trimmed down a little bit, but she's going on a rant because she's dating Rocky, allegedly. And not only was she dating Rocky, she said there were many others she found out that was dating this man too. So that's why she decided to leave. But the whole issue here is that after she goes on this wild rant, okay, she goes on this wild rant. Well, let me let you guys check this out.
The only people that can give you interviews on my child and my situation is the two people that was involved. Well, guess what? Other people know about it too. So I ain't gonna say two people, but the only people that could give you information is me and him, and y'all know he ain't about to give it. He ain't about to give it. He already showed what the fuck he is. But that ain't his reality. That ain't his reality. How the fuck you gonna do a damn reality show? It ain't even your fucking reality. All these years. So you know what it is. There's no way you could be with somebody all these years and you're not with them 24/7. And, you know, you've been hearing shit about the man. I didn't even know he was wilding like that. That's why I left. If y'all want to know. If I still wanted to be with him, I could still be with him. I left because I saw that he was out here wilding. You ain't about to disrespect me. You ain't about to do that to me. So I'm like, I'm not, you ain't about to play with me like this. Fuck no. So I dipped. Because I don't play that shit. So that's when people was talking about home wrecking and all of this. No, I was under the impression that I was it. And he was getting out of that. But if I know that he out here doing this and that and just wilding, you can miss me with that bullshit. I'm not with that shit. You're not about to have me out here looking stupid. Period. You're not about to do that to me and disrespect me. The only reason I got up on here is because she went to the radio station and asked about my child, and her demeanor with it, the way she said what she said, that's a trigger for you. You don't know what the fuck. I'm still healing. That's like you don't speak on my child. And then for you, your question is, the question was, is there outside baby? And you're like, no, there's no outside baby and stuff. Forget my situation. Let's not talk about my baby. Why he not taking paternity tests for these other babies that's out here? You gonna do that, but you haven't did that. You haven't did that. See, I don't know what's been told to you. I don't know what all he told you. He must have coached you for this interview or whatever. So all I'm saying is, it's a lot. But if you want to know, I could tell you.
All right, so now that you've seen it, let's just break it down for a minute. The first thing that she says is that, one of the things that she says, I don't want to say the first thing, that she was not going to be disrespected. And I just wanted to stop there in her thought pattern. Now, allegedly, she's the other woman. And she said in her video that she didn't know that, well, she did actually know that he was married. She did say that she knew that he was married, but she thought he was getting out of that situation. So, ladies, number one, that's where you make a lot of mistakes. When a man says, I'm going to get out of this, I'm leaving her. How many times have we heard, I'm leaving her? And they never leave. They're there. Okay. So obviously this man has made his decision. He is with his wife, Latosha Scott. The other thing that this young lady says is that she wasn't going to be disrespected. She said, you're not going to disrespect me. Well, I got news for you, young lady. And I hope she calls in to my channel. I hope she gets in touch with me. A lot of people do, but I hope she really, truly does. And I'm going to reach out to her because you were already disrespected when he made you the side piece. All right. Disrespect number one. You were already disrespected when allegedly you became his side piece. Any woman that is a side chick, and I don't even like saying side chick. It sounds so, anybody that is a mistress, okay? You are dating a married man. You are wrong. So basically you get whatever it is that's coming to you because you're involved with a man who has a wife. This man, you said you knew he had a wife, but yet and still you got into a relationship with him knowing just because his word was, I'm getting out of the situation. Let this be a lesson to every woman who is listening today. If you meet a man and he says, I'm getting out of the relationship, I'm getting out. Well, this is what I tell women to do. If he says that to you, ask, okay, well, is it okay if I call your wife? I would like to hear from her that your relationship is over. If he can do that, and if he's allowing you to call the wife, then you can take him at his word. But if he is kicking against it and saying, nope, can't do that, I guarantee you he's not leaving. He's playing you. I don't care how good he looks, how much money he has, how good he smells. He ain't going nowhere. And it's time out for women to, using these excuses. Well, I know he was married, but he's not happy at home. That's the biggest crock of BS I've ever heard. And for all you women who are playing mistresses, that's a crock of crap. And like you found out, he did the same thing to Latosha. You found out that he's doing to you too, because you weren't even the only mistress. But you didn't know that, right? So a man with this type of character in the first place, ladies, y'all shouldn't even be going out with him. If he is married, run the other way. Peace, deuces, whatever you need to say in another language, adios, however, au revoir, let him know. Well, when you're single, when you're divorced, come back and look me up. You can look me up when you're single, because as long as he is in a relationship with that woman at home, his wife, let me tell you, he's not going anywhere. Because if he really wanted to go somewhere, he'd be gone. All of this bull crap. Oh, I'm here for the children. Oh, I'm here for this reason, that reason. No, you're there because you're there and you're just trying to be a player. So ladies, stop letting these men play you. So Miss Neek she's gotten played royally. So again, she admitted to saying that she's the mistress, but he had others that she wasn't aware of, allegedly. Now this is coming from her mouth. So what really got her angry is Latosha was on a radio show and they were asking her questions. And I guess she spoke in reference to this woman's child, Neek's child, because Neek actually said, she's alleging that her and Rocky have a child together. So most people, when they were reading into her post, when she went on this rant, they were looking for her to be pregnant, like now. So they were like, well, where's the baby? Where's your big belly? Show us. Let us see. That's not what she was talking about. She is referring to a child that she has already had by him, allegedly. So she said they have a child together, and she's actually willing to do a DNA test. Sounds like it to me. So this whole situation is just a mess. And the reason I really wanted to talk about it is because I really, want women to know, you don't have to be played like this. And, the other reason I wanted to bring this to light is because Latosha, everybody is going in on Latosha Scott. They're going in on the wife saying, you're dumb, you're being played, you're naive, you're this, you're that, you're acting like you don't know. Because we heard the mistress say in the video that other people knew about it, that she knows that she's heard these rumors, and people have been, when people talk, especially in Atlanta, people talk in Atlanta, I'm sure Latosha has heard rumblings about these mistresses, but of course, the alleged mistresses. But of course, a man can talk his way out of anything, honey. They can talk their way out of anything. But people are going hard on Latosha, saying that she's stupid because she's sticking with her man. Well, I want you guys to know, I'm not going to say she's stupid at all. She's not stupid. She's a woman who is fighting for her marriage, and nobody out there can judge what she's doing and how she's doing it, because these people have been married for a while. I want to say, is it 25 years maybe, I think? Yeah, don't quote me on that, but they've been married for a while. Okay. And she's decided that she's going to fight for her marriage. Now, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors at home. She might be wearing Rocky out at home. I don't know. But what I do know is that her and her husband are together, and she's decided that she's going to fight for her marriage. And that's nobody's business but theirs. It doesn't matter what it looks like to the outside, to the public. What a man and a woman do behind closed doors, that's their business. That's their business. And so everybody from the outside that's judging her, saying that she's stupid and that she's dumb and you letting him cheat on you and all that, you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. So if that's what she wants to do, fight for her marriage, to God be the glory. And again, she's a Christian woman, and in this show, again, if people come to this channel and they're expecting to find, a lot of just gossipy kind of things, tearing people down, this is not the channel for that, because this is not what we do. I'm here just to talk about things that are out there, but as it pertains to relationships, everybody's relationship is different. However, as a child of God myself, I always look at, infidelity in marriage, but I look at the other people, the mistress, and people like to say, well, it's not the mistress's fault because the husband is the one that has, the contract with the wife. The husband is the one that took the vows, and all of that may be true. But where is our respect for one another as women? Can you imagine if every woman said no when a cheating man came on to her? Guess what? He wouldn't have anybody to cheat with. But because we're willing to cheat with a married man, it makes us just as bad. Yeah, he's a crud ball too for doing what he's doing. But what does that make you? He's cheating with somebody, and it's time out for saying that. It's time out for saying those things like, oh, well, I don't have any commitment to her. You have commitment to her to be a respectful person, to treat people how you want to be treated. Because one day you'll be married, and you wouldn't want somebody to do that to you in your relationship. And I think it was Nene Leakes who said, women need to keep their legs closed to married men. I mean, sometimes I feel like we're so desperate that we feel like, we got to be dating married men. Come on, there's plenty of single men out here. But back to Latosha Scott. So anyway, look, Latosha Scott, I don't think she's stupid. I don't think any of that. I think that she's fighting for her marriage. And it's hers to fight for. It's not mine. It's not yours. It's not anybody. So people can look again from the outside and judge her. But we have to be careful on how we judge people. I'll be careful, because I know a lot of people, you don't understand the inner workings of what's going on between a husband and a wife. You don't know what's going on behind them closed doors. So be careful how you put your mouth on people. And what's wrong with it? Even if she is, in your eyes, stupid, what's wrong with her wanting to work out her marriage? It's called fight for your marriage. And sometimes people just fall into temptation. No man's perfect. No woman's perfect. Sometimes people cheat. They do things and they regret the fact that they did those things. Does it mean they don't get another chance just because? Does that what it mean? We can't give somebody another chance? They can't be delivered. The Bible says we all fall short. All of us. And we're so quick to give, a man another chance. And some of you have been in some relationships and they've done things and you're quick to forgive them. But when a woman does something, you're a little bit slower to forgive her, if at all. Even in this situation, I'm praying for Neek as well, because that young lady needs healing. Not only is she a mistress and knowingly a mistress and knowingly settling for the fact that that's what she was, I'm just wondering, what was her self-esteem like? What is wrong with these women? What is going on in them? I mean, ladies, y'all talk back to me in these comments, because this is about you. What's going on in the mind of a woman who does not have enough respect for herself that she has to settle for a married man? Because that's what it is. It's settling. You're not doing anything. You're not so special. You're not more special than his wife. You're just one in a million that agreed to cheat and lay down with this person. That's all it is. So what is it that's going on with these women? What is it that's going on with these women that's giving them so, so much hatred for themselves? And I'm calling it hatred because anyone that doesn't love themselves, and they say, oh, I love myself. You love the outside. You may love what you look like. But what's going on in the inside that you're so low, the esteem is so low that you're sleeping with married men? That you can't find someone that's not attached, that can just be yours. You're okay with just playing the side role. Because this young lady talking about she didn't want to be disrespected. Honey, you were already disrespected, Neek, the moment he said, wife over here, mistress. Even though you wanted to believe the big old lie, I'm getting out of this situation. Well, you see him on reality TV, and like you said out of your own mouth, Neek, that's not reality. Well, it is reality. It's his reality. It's his reality. He is happy with his wife at home, and you're over here kicking and screaming and going on rants on social media because he is with his wife, and you're realizing that he isn't going anywhere. So you're just coming into the realization that you have been bamboozled, because that's what it is. You've been tricked. All right. If what you're alleging is true, if in fact that you were his mistress, and if in fact you did have a baby with him, you have been bamboozled, because he is with his wife, as you can see. And you said, you went on another Instagram post, and you posted and I'm paraphrasing, that you never did anything, said anything about y'all's relationship, but now you're ready to live in your truth. You never said anything about their relationship. So that says that you knew he was in a relationship, and you said that you knew. But just not that. This has been going on for all this time, but he's telling you that he's getting out? Come on. And I've seen your Instagram pictures, I've seen, she's this young lady is an Instagram, what she calls an Instagram model. A lot of people say they're well, I guess I'm an Instagram model too. All I got to do is get on there, smile, and pucker my lips up. That makes me an Instagram model, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I see these scantily clad, half-dressed women. They're Instagram models, okay? Showing everything. And that's what I mean. And I'm not knocking anybody, the way they dress, the way they choose to do business. That's cool, all right? Whatever you do is what you do. But I am saying, at the end of the day, you put more emphasis on how you look, and that men should just gravitate to that. And that's why I said you're empty inside. That's why you're able to just, fall into bed and fall into relationships with anybody that comes your way. And if this young man, Rocky, if you didn't think he had money, would you have even gone out with him? So it's just like for me, it's the whole nonsense of it all. It's the nonsense of it all. I feel bad for the young lady, Neek, because I know that her self-esteem is so tanked, is so far and low down, that she would have to settle to be even in that situation. I know she's hurting. I can tell she's hurting by the video, because that's a long rant to go on and say all the things. And what you see on mine is a very short clip of what she had to say. So I know she's hurting. There's pain in her voice. There's pain in there, because she's come to the realization that this man isn't going anywhere, and that she has been played. So, I mean, listen, ladies, today, you guys have to make up your minds what you want to do. I want y'all to sound off. I'm telling you, because some of you write me, and I do. I mean, those of you who know me, I'm Lord put a ring on it. I'm Dr. Tiki Collins, of course, and I do a lot of counseling. And a lot of you guys write me from my iHeartRadio broadcasts, and you tell me I'm in a relationship with a married man and I'm trying to get out. So this is not just isolated to her. Like there's mistresses all over the place. But my question is, why? Why are you settling? Why are you getting into these bad situations? Why? Why are you there? And that's the question you have to ask yourself. Why a married man versus a single man? I had one woman tell me, well, I just don't want a commitment. I can see him when I want to, but I don't want a commitment. Well, you can find that with a single man. It doesn't have to be somebody's husband. And I'm so sick of you, like I said, ladies, you mistresses saying that it's the wife's fault at home. If she would be giving him what he needs at home, he wouldn't be outside looking. Well, the devil is a lie. I don't care how much you give a man. I don't care how much you give anybody. The flesh wants what the flesh wants, okay? They're going to do whatever they want to do regardless. You can be sexing him up and down every day, day in, day out. But if it's something else is being thrown at him and he wants it, guess what? He's going to do it. And not because he doesn't love his wife, but because it's called sin and temptation. And some people are weak in the flesh. So you're not so, special, that he's going off from his wife to be with you. That'll make you special. Just makes you a piece of meat that he decided to lay with for the time. This might sound a little bit harsh, but again, we have to put it all in perspective. Now she's putting out there that he has other children. Or he allegedly has other children with some other mistresses. So she was saying, well, I'm not the only one here. I'm not the only one. So it sounds to me like if she's upset because she found out that she wasn't the only mistress. Ain't that some stuff? You upset because you found out that he was cheating on you with another mistress, but you don't expect his wife to be upset because he's cheating with you on her. Come on, please make that make sense. But I know you can't make it make sense. This sounds really, really stupid, but you said out of your mouth, he ain't going to disrespect me. He ain't going to play me. I'm not doing that. So when you found out he had other women that he was seeing, you upset, but you're not even the wife. You're not even the wife. You are not even the wife. How do you think she feels? How do you think she feels? How do you think Tasha feels? That you've been sleeping with her man? That you walking around here rendezvousing with her man? And she's his wife. And you're this upset because you found out that you weren't the only mistress, that you weren't the only side piece. And look how upset you are. So you're getting a taste of your own medicine. Yeah, we don't like it when the rabbit has the gun, right? So you're getting a taste of your own medicine. And I just say that to say, I don't feel bad for any mistress. Zero. I don't feel bad for them. I feel sorry for them. And I do feel sorry for Neek, the mistress, the alleged mistress, because I know that there's something broken. There's something broken in her. That, again, that her self-esteem is so low, that she's allowing herself to be in these situations. And I would love for Neek to reach out to me so that I could have a conversation with her, because it is something that is hurt in her. But I don't feel bad for her, because I feel like what you do to others is going to come back to you. That's coming back to you. And you're not even a wife. You're going to sit there and say, he ain't going to disrespect me. You're not even his wife. Latosha is the one that should be saying he ain't going to disrespect me, not you. You don't get that privilege. And Latosha, I'm saying this to you, girl. I'm saying this to you. You keep fighting for your marriage. Don't pay attention to these people in the streets, because people in the street and the naysayers and the fans and all that stuff, Tasha, they don't know. They don't know what's between you and your husband. What may break your marriage, what may break somebody else's marriage, let me say that, don't necessarily mean it's going to break yours. And what breaks yours, maybe not necessarily going to break somebody else's. So you fight as long as you want to fight for what you believe. What you believe. What you believe in your marriage to be. If you want to give him another chance, if you want to give him 300 chances, that's your marriage. That's between you and Rocky. Don't let the outside people influence you. If you decide to take him to divorce court, you take him to divorce court. But it has to be your decision, you and your husband, not the outside world. Tune those voices out, because I know it's hard and it's easy for people on the outside standing there saying, girl, you should, girl, you should, girl, you should. No, girl, what you should do is whatever it is that you want to do for your family, for your household, for your situation, for your marriage, right? Don't you just hate when people try to tell you what to do in your marriage? And that's the worst thing a married woman can do, is talk to single friends in reference to advice for her marriage. Not that single people can't give good advice, but unless you're married, you don't know the struggle that goes on with marriage. And marriage is work. Today, too many people are looking at Hollywood as an example of marriage, and people throw away marriage like it's nothing. And it doesn't give anybody the green light to go ahead and cheat and treat anybody any kind of way. No, I'm not saying that. But I am saying that whatever a person decides to do in his or her marriage is their business. They're grown people. It has to work for them. What works for you may not work for me, and what works for me may not work for you. And it's okay. So y'all stop being so harsh with Latosha Scott. Allow her to work through whatever it is that she needs to work through. Because even if she knows that Rocky is seeing somebody else, even if she knows he has 15 mistresses, allegedly, even if she knows that, how do you think that's making her feel as a woman? How y'all think that's making her feel as a woman? If you hear that the person you love is cheating on you, that's devastating. You don't need the outside world to be interfering and telling you how stupid you are, because you're trying to make sense of what's going on, because you're trying to make sense of what's happening in your world. So cut her some slack. Because a lot of you have been cheated on and you've taken the person back. And a lot of you have done it not even being married. So can you imagine if you're married? It's a lot tougher to just let things go just like that, just because somebody had a weak moment. And a weak moment don't mean one time. A weak moment can just mean that I am in a season where my flesh is weak and I need deliverance. So when I say weak moment, I'm not saying once, twice. I'm not putting a number on it. I'm just saying a person is in a fault in their life. Doesn't mean that a person can't be restored and delivered. And remember, for those of you who may not agree with what I'm saying, I'm speaking from a Christian perspective. And the reason I say a Christian perspective is because we do believe that people can be delivered and restored from their fault. Somebody might be a thief. They might steal all the time, and the Lord has to deliver them from that. So whatever the fault is, whatever it is, somebody could be a cheater, whatever. If a person has a repentant heart and they want to be restored, Christ is able. God is able to restore them. So that's why I'm talking the way I'm talking. Okay, I'm not suggesting that no one should be in a relationship being taken advantage of and all that stuff. I'm not suggesting that, but I am suggesting that a person does what's good for them in their marriage. And if she wants to work it out, that's her prerogative. If she chooses to believe him, that's her prerogative, right? It's not mine, because I don't live in their household. He ain't putting nothing down in my bedroom. Whatever they're doing, that's between a husband and a wife, not between a husband and wife and everybody else. So I'm just saying we have to be able to cut them a little bit of slack. I want you guys to sound off in the comments, because I know y'all going to have a lot to say about this, because I did address it on my iHeart radio show and I got so many call-ins, and it was a very interesting conversation, because people had a lot to say. Some people had some very interesting points of views, and people were looking at things outside of being married, which is a whole other look, but how would you guys feel, if a mistress, your husband was involved with a mistress, and you decided that, what, I feel like I love him enough. I feel like, he's remorseful. And I don't trust him, but I believe him. I want to work on this. We have our children. We have our family, and I know he's not perfect, and I want to work on this. So I'm just saying, how would you guys feel? How would that make y'all feel? If you were, the shoe was on the other foot and it was you, and you had to go through these challenges. It's always easy to say, well, the other person's stupid and dumb and all that until you're put in that situation. And then you understand the totality of what's happening in that moment because now you're living it. So be careful how you judge people, But it's easy to judge these mistresses because, see, the mistresses, you have no business opening your legs to a married man. None whatsoever. It's single men out here. Okay. It's a lot of them. And if a man is married, stop again with well, he came after me. So what? Say no. He's married. Just say no. I mean, come on. Can't you have enough respect for another woman just to say no? Man, if we all said no, these no good men wouldn't have nobody to cheat with. They would have no one. But we're willing. There's ladies out there that are willing. All you got to do is make a little bit of money, throw a little bag at them. Here I am, tiring. And all these half-naked women on Instagram in your husband's DM. It's ridiculous. I'm actually praying that they are restored as well because they're human beings too. And it's obviously something that has happened in their lives that's causing them to go down this road to be disrespected. Because Neek, again, baby, you were disrespected when you allowed him to make you a mistress, allegedly. You allegedly was a mistress. You were already disrespected. So for you to say you're not going to have him respect you, and what kind of respect did you think you were going to get? You're not his wife. You're not his wife. I keep saying that. You guys want to be the wife so bad, but you're not the wife. That's why you have the title mistress. Mistress. Okay? It's stressful being a mistress because you ain't never getting what you want. You're always chasing. You're always wanting that other piece that you really never get. It's stressful. But anyway, I'm praying that Neek is restored. Because, I don't feel bad for her because she's upset and she's angry because she found out that he had other mistresses, so now Now you getting some of what, you claim as a mistress, he's doing to you what you're doing to his wife, allegedly. Okay? So anyway, I pray all parties in this are healed. Tasha, girl, you just keep your eyes on the Lord. Do what you need to do for your husband. Don't let these people out here, just don't read the comments. Don't read the comments. Let them think what they want to think because everybody has an opinion. I have one as well. Everybody has an opinion what you should do, but do what's best for you. Anyway, I hope you guys were blessed by the show today. Thank you for tuning in. I know I started my channel right around the new year, but I haven't been on because I had to take a hiatus already. Because my movie was coming out. I have been filming a movie, but now I'm back. So I will be in every week now until further notice. So I will be here more consistently. I was so upset. I was like, man, I started my YouTube channel and I haven't even been here to do it because I've had so many wonderful things going on. But anywho, I hope you guys were blessed by something. I hope you guys picked up something. And please sound off in your comments. What do you think about the mistress sleeping with the married man? What do you think about the mistress being upset? Because now she knows that he has other women. And what do you think about the whole situation? Tasha sticking with her man. And again, guys, be kind. On this channel, we're going to be kind. I'm not dragging anybody here. That's not what I do. That's not my heart. My heart is only to talk about stories that are trending as they pertain to relationships and hopefully bring some healing to somebody, or to a situation because it is truly, truly, truly my heart to just want to see women do better in relationships. All right. Hope you guys were blessed. Until next week. God bless. Hey lovebirds, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my books and movies on Amazon.com. See you next time. Then give them all that you can get. Even if they pass you by, still give it one more try. That much more.